There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. Hey guys, school is here, let's get technical. I hope you all had a very fun summer of becoming a Planeswalker and Dungeon Master, scouring the internet, trying to find everything that went on at Comic-Con, and being excited for Tabletop Season 4 and Titan's Grave Season 2. Wait, you guys don't do that? But no matter how you spent it, I'm sure you had a great summer break. But wait a sec, why do we have summer break in the first place, and where does it come from? Let's start with the misconception. Do you know the history of summer vacation?
Oh. Holy. Wow.
I don't actually know the history of summer vacation.
So I don't know that I can confidently say I know the history.
Do you want to take a guess?
I could take a guess. Let's see.
When the school schedule was created, most students were coming from farming families.
Ooh, that was my guess.
So that, oh, high five.
Like in To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah.
Like the Cunninghams and the Yules. Actually, the Yules don't really farm, they're kind of useless.
I'm thinking about the history of the school calendar and the legacy of the farming community. And
there are certain times a year that children needed to be off so they could work on the farm, and that kind of drove the initial calendar for schools.
The earlier models of school in America, students generally only went to school in the winter months because those were not a time that they were needed to work on a farm or work outdoors.
And so during the summer and fall there would be a harvest time, and so they couldn't have their children in school learning. They needed to be at home, like cutting stuff and like harvesting things and doing like lots of labor.
And they could still do work because the days are longer, it's warm enough, and you're harvesting during the summer as well. I think, like just putting together different history.
That's what I was taught. I actually don't know if that's true.
I don't know that that's actually true. That's that's what I've always heard.
It's a commonly held belief that summer vacation originated from 19th century farmer children who needed to have the summer off to tend to the fields, but that's just not true. Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. Before the Civil War, farm kids didn't even have a summer break. They attended school in the heat and snow, but stayed home in the spring and fall to attend the crops. Meanwhile, the city kids were studying all year long. Detroit in 1842 had a school year which lasted 260 days, approximately 80 more days than the public school system has in the 2015-16 year. As we went into the unknown yet exciting cave known as the Industrial Revolution, cities got more populated and, as a result, got hotter thanks to the heat island effect. What is the heat island effect? The heat island effect is when crowded cities with more than 1 million people become hotter than nearby rural areas by 1.8 to 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit. School wasn't mandatory back then, and the rich and middle class kids and their families played hooky in the summer. And I mean, why wouldn't you? Because of the heat island effect, summers were getting hotter than ever, and if given the choice between going to school in a scorching hot room with no air conditioning or spending your time in a nice, relaxing, and much cooler countryside, what would you choose? So now, everyone had different schedules. In an effort of standardization, legislators decided to push for a fall to spring school year with the summers off. Standardization was important because it made administering standardized tests and selling educational materials, like textbooks, super easy. Legislators also argued that summers would be a good time to train teachers, and that leisure time was becoming more culturally important thanks to labor unions and the 8-hour workday, and it would be important to set aside some time for family and leisure.
Summer break, okay, so childhood they say started in the 50s, then maybe it had something to do with kids, I don't know, working class kids needed time away, maybe in the country, clean air, that kind of thing. And so summer break started. I'm not sure at all. That
was pretty good, yeah. So by the turn of the century, we saw the school year calendar that we know and love today. But wait a sec, is this calendar actually better? What are the pros and cons of year-round school? Well, we'll discuss this in a future episode. Annotation to a future episode. What? It's an annotation? Maybe you should click on it. And maybe I haven't uploaded that video yet, and if I haven't, then it's an annotation to a surprise thing. What? A surprise thing annotation? Click on it. Yay! But until then, tell me in comments what your favorite thing you did this summer was. And as always, thanks for watching, subscribe, DFTBA, and get ready, get out, and be awesome. So the annual problem of of our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe playing some Magic and some D&D and watching clips of comic content in it. That was awesome.